You've watched countless videos. You've downloaded apps. You've bought courses, but nothing changed. Today, that ends. This is not another English lesson. This is the truth nobody told you. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share will destroy everything you thought you knew about learning English. Welcome, everyone. If you've been studying English for months, maybe years, if you understand movies but freeze when someone asks you a simple question, if your heart pounds when it's your turn to speak, if you feel embarrassed about your accent or afraid of making mistakes, then listen carefully. What I'm about to tell you will change everything. It's not your fault. Nobody told you the real secret. Nobody explained how fluency actually works. They taught you grammar rules. They made you memorize vocabulary. They gave you textbooks and tests. But they forgot one critical thing. Fluency doesn't live in your brain. Fluency lives in your mouth. Think about a musician. They don't become great by reading music theory. They practice their instrument every single day. Their fingers move automatically. They don't think about each note. They just play. Think about a basketball player. They don't study the physics of shooting. They shoot thousands of times until their body remembers. Muscle memory takes over. They don't calculate angles. They just shoot dot. Now think about a baby learning to talk. Does the baby study grammar? Does the baby worry about mistakes? No. The baby just makes sounds, copies voices, and trains their mouth without fear. So why are you treating English like a math exam? Why are you studying it silently when you should be speaking it loudly? In this video, I will reveal the truth. I will show you a training system that works even if you're a complete beginner. It's simple, powerful, and life-changing. If you practice it daily, everything transforms. This is not just about English. This is about confidence. This is about freedom. This is about finding your voice in this world. So stay with me. Speak with me. Feel every word. And if this resonates with you, subscribe right now, because we're not just creating content. We're starting a revolution, a movement of confident speakers who refuse to stay silent. Let's begin. Part 1. The big TRUT. Fluency lives in your mouth, not your mind. This is the reality most learners never understand. You hear people say, "I understand English perfectly, but I can't speak it." Or, "The words are in my head, but they won't come out." Or, "I know what I want to say, but my mouth won't cooperate." Let me tell you why this happens. And it's not because you're unintelligent. It's not because you have a bad memory. It's not because you didn't study hard enough. It's because you never trained your mouth to speak English. Real fluency requires your body, not just your brain. A singer who knows every lyric but never practices singing, can they perform on stage? Never. A soccer player who watches games but never touches a ball, will they ever play professionally? Impossible. Now, think about yourself. You've studied grammar. You've learned thousands of words. You've watched English content. But how many minutes do you actually speak each day? How many minutes do you train your mouth, your lips, your tongue, your voice? Probably almost zero. And that's exactly why you're stuck. Let me explain something powerful. Your brain stores English. Your mouth delivers it. Your brain is like a hard drive. It holds information. But your brain is not the speaker. Your mouth is. And your mouth needs training, just like any muscle. When your brain says, I know this word, but your mouth says, I've never said this word before, conflict happens. That's when silence takes over. That's when fear arrives. That's when frustration grows. English is not just information. English is a physical skill, like playing piano, like swimming, like riding a bicycle. You can read about swimming for 10 years, but the first time you jump in water, you'll sink. Why? Because your body doesn't know how to swim. Your muscles haven't learned the movements. Speaking English is exactly the same. You need repetition. You need practice. You need to train your mouth until speaking becomes automatic. You've probably experienced this. You watch an English video and understand everything perfectly. But when someone asks you about it, you suddenly can't explain. Why? Because you never practiced using your mouth to express those ideas. Your brain was full, but your mouth was empty. Now imagine a different approach. You watch the video, but every 2 minutes you pause. You repeat the sentence out loud. You say it again with emotion. You stretch it longer. Now you've trained your mouth. Now, when someone asks, the words flow naturally. The reason you can't speak is not because you're bad at English. It's because you've been silent for too long. But silence is not your natural state. You were born with a voice. You just need to wake it up. You need to train it. Not silently, but loudly. That's the transformation. That's where fluency begins. Part 2. The Daily Mouth Training. RUTANE. The Fluency Gym that actually works. What is mouth training? Let me break it down simply. Mouth training means you don't just consume English. You don't passively read or listen. You actively move your mouth like an athlete trains their body. You build rhythm through repetition. You make your mouth comfortable with English sounds. This is not passive studying. This is active speaking. It's about speaking out loud, repeating with emotion, stretching sentences, and making your mouth work every single day. This is how muscle memory creates fluency. This is how you stop thinking in English and start speaking in English automatically. The routine. 5 simple exercises, 10 minutes daily, You don't need a teacher. You don't need a partner. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need yourself and 10 minutes. That's it. You can do this anywhere, in front of a mirror, in your room, while walking, before bed, after waking up. But you must do it every single day. And you must speak with emotion, like the words actually matter. Now, let me give you the exact steps. Exercise 1. The stretch 2 minutes purpose. Warm up your mouth. Unbreath. This is your speaking yoga. You release tension and prepare your mouth for English dots. Stand in front of a mirror. Look at yourself. Breathe deeply. Now say these lines slowly and clearly. I am here. I can speak. I don't need to be perfect. I need to be real. My English doesn't need permission. It just needs practice. Repeat 3 times. Feel each word. Say them like you mean it. Why this works, you're signaling to your brain and mouth. It's time to speak. You switch from student mode to speaker mode. The words don't have to be complex. What matters is that you say them with intention and breath. Exercise 2. The drill 2 minutes. Purpose. Train your lips, tongue, and speed. This is like going to the gym for your mouth. Say these word clusters 3 times, increasing speed each time. Set 1 B and P sounds better. Butter, bitter, bottle paper, pepper, proper, purple. Perfect set to C and K sounds coffee. Copy, company, come and kick, keep, key, kind. King set 3 R sounds, run. Right, really, ready, road, rule. Take a breath between sets. Then say, I can say this clearly. I can say this faster. I can say this freely. Why this works? When your mouth gets comfortable with speed and sound patterns, your brain starts trusting it. Confidence grows. This is muscle memory in action. After 1 week, it feels natural. After 1 month, it's automatic. Exercise 3. Tongue twister challenge 2 minutes. Purpose. Improve clarity, sharpness, and confidence. Push your limits. Start slowly, then faster, then faster again. 1. She sells seashells on the seashore. 2. Red leather, yellow leather. 3. Unique New York. Unique New York. Now say, if I can say this, I can say anything. I'm not afraid of difficult words. My mouth is getting stronger every day. Why this works? Tongue twisters overtrain your muscles. When you practice something difficult, normal English feels easy. This is the secret of professional speakers and actors. Exercise 4. Sentence stretching. 2 minutes purpose. Turn small words into long, fluent sentences. Fluency is expansion, not just speed. Start simple. Then stretch. I want to speak. I Want to speak better English? I want to speak better English every single day. Want to speak better English every single day with confidence. Now, practice with these. She gives. She is learning gives. She is learning English gives. She is learning English by speaking daily. We gives, we practice, gives. We practice together, gives. We practice together because growth happens in action. You train your brain to think in complete English sentences, not broken fragments. This builds grammar confidence naturally. Your speaking finally matches your thinking. Exercise 5. Identity voice, 2 minutes purpose. Build fluency with emotion and belief. This is the most important exercise. Stand up. Look in the mirror. Say these lines with power. I am an English speaker. I don't wait for perfection. I practice. I don't fear mistakes. I welcome them. I speak English with my voice, my feeling, my power. I am becoming fluent, not someday, but every day. My voice matters. My words matter. My story matters. Why this works? Fluency is not just a skill. It's an identity. When you speak these words, you're programming your future self. You're training your voice, your mindset, your emotion, your purpose. Review your 5 tools. 1. The stretch warms your voice and breath. 2. The drill trains your lips and tongue for speed. 3. Tongue twisters builds clarity and sharpness. 4. Sentence stretching develops fluency and natural flow. 5. Identity voice builds belief and confidence. This is your complete 10-minute routine. Do this every day for 7 days. Your mouth will feel different. Your voice will sound stronger. Your words will flow faster. Your fear will begin to fade because you're not just learning English anymore. You're speaking it. You're living it. You're becoming it. Part 3. Why mouth training? WRK, the hidden power no classroom teaches. Here's the secret truth. You can have perfect grammar and still stay silent. You can know 10,000 words and still freeze when someone asks a question. You can understand movies perfectly and still avoid speaking. Why? Because speaking is not about knowledge. It's about belief and muscle memory. Let me explain with a simple concept. There are 2 types of memory. 1. Mental memory brain stores vocabulary and grammar, helps you read, write, and understand. You can access it by thinking. 2. Muscle memory body stores physical movements, helps you do things automatically. You can only build it through repetition. Think about riding a bicycle. Can you learn it by reading a book? Never. You must physically practice until your body remembers. Then you never forget. Speaking English fluently is muscle memory, not mental memory. Just like you can't learn dancing by reading. You can't learn speaking by studying silently. Let's compare to learners. Person A, the smart student, knows 2,000 words, studies grammar for hours, understands English movies, but never speaks out loud when it's time to talk. They freeze. Person B, the brave beginner, knows only 200 words, those no perfect grammar, but speaks those words every single day, talks to themselves, practices in the mirror's mouth, training daily after 30 days. Person B speaks with more confidence and fluency than person A. Why? Because fluency comes from training, not just knowing. Your brain is not the problem. Your mouth needs exercise. Every day you speak out loud, you're building pathways between your brain and mouth. Eventually, words flow automatically. You don't translate. You just speak. The transformation timeline day 1, 2, 3 feels awkward. You stumble. But you're speaking. Day 7, your mouth moves faster. Sentences feel smoother. Day 14, you start thinking in English sometimes. Words come naturally. Day 21, you speak without translating. It's becoming automatic. Day 30, you explain your day in English without fear. It feels normal. Day 60, you catch yourself speaking English in your thoughts. That's fluency. Day 90, you don't learn English anymore. You live it. This is not magic. This is science. This is consistency. This is the power of training your mouth every single day. Part 4. The 7-day CHL-ING. Your transformation starts now. Watching this video changes nothing. Feeling motivated changes nothing. Only action creates transformation. So right now, no, I'm giving you a 7-day challenge that will change your speaking level forever. You don't need expensive courses. You don't need a speaking partner. You just need yourself and 10 minutes daily. Are you ready? Let's begin. Day 1. Start speaking, even if I tease ugly mindset. I will speak, even if I make mistakes. Today's mission: do the full 5 exercise, mouth training, routines. Your name out loud. Say why you're learning English. Record yourself. 4. 30 seconds optional, but powerful. You're not performing. You're starting. That's all that matters. Day 2. Speak what you see mindset. My world is my classroom. Today's mission: full mouth training routine. Scribe 5 things around you in English. Example: this is my phone. I use it every day. It's black and small. Connect English with your real life. Everything becomes practice. Day 3. Speak what you feel mindset. Fluency means emotion, not just words. Today's mission: full mouth training, routine. Speak 3 emotional sentences. Example: I feel nervous, but I'm doing this anyway. I feel proud. I spoke today. Real fluency connects your heart and your voice. Day 4. Tell a short st or wine set. Every voice has a story, and mine matters. Today's mission: full mouth training routine. Tell one short story from your life. 4 to 5 sentences. Example: last week, I tried to speak English with a stranger. I made mistakes, but I tried. That's what matters. Stories build confidence and fluency together. Day 5. Practice in the myar or mindset. If I can speak to myself, I can speak to anyone. Today's mission: full mouth training routines. Stand in front of a mirror. Give yourself a pep talk in English use. Hand gestures and facial expressions. This builds body-voice connection. Confidence grows visually. Day 6. Repeat an STRTCH mindset. Repetition creates rhythm. Rhythm creates fluency. Today's mission: full mouth training routine. Take any sentence from day 1 to 5. Stretch it into a longer sentence. Example: I am learning English every day because I want to grow. Children learn this way. Now you do too. Day 7. Become who you SPAK mindset. I don't just speak English, I live it. Today's mission: full mouth training routines. Stand up and declare, I am an English speaker. I don't wait for confidence. I create it. I have trained my mouth. I have found my voice. This is not the end. This is my beginning. Optional: record a 30-second video of yourself speaking. Keep it as proof of your transformation. You just completed a 7-day mouth transformation. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe your voice shook. Maybe you forgot words. But every word you spoke built your future. Every breath you took in English gave you power. Now imagine doing this not just for 7 days, but for 30 days, for 90 days. Every day you train, you become the fluent version of yourself. That's not just progress. That's transformation. Asterisk, asterisk. Part 5. The mindset of a fluent. SPAK, our belief, creates your reality. Many people think fluency comes from studying harder. But the truth is different. You can know all the grammar and still stay silent. You can have a huge vocabulary and still feel afraid. Why? Because speaking is not just about your brain. It's about your beliefs. If you believe, I'm not good enough, people will laugh at me. I'm too old to learn. I'll never sound fluent. Then even the best methods won't work. Your belief blocks your mouth, but if you believe, I'm learning every day. Mistakes are proof of progress. My voice deserves space. Fluency is my right. Then everything changes. you speak. You practice, you grow. The invisible enemies of fluency 1. Fear of judgment, you worry, people will laugh or correct you. But truth, every fluent speaker you admire made thousands of mistakes. They spoke through the fear. 2. Fear of mistakes, you want every sentence perfect. But perfect sentences come from imperfect practice. Speak broken English today. Get fluent English tomorrow. 3. Overthinking, you try to plan every word. By the time you're ready, the moment passes. But fluency is not calculation. It's conversation. Speak like you're connecting, not like you're testing. 4. Comparing yourself, you see others speaking fast and feel small. But remember, every fluent person once stood where you are. They just didn't quit. 7 rules for your new identity. Write these down. Speak them daily. Live them. Rule 1. I am not learning English. I am becoming English. Rule 2. My mouth is my teacher. Speaking creates memory. Rule 3. I speak first, I fix later. Mistakes are welcome. Rule 4. Confidence is a muscle. I build it through action. Rule 5. I compete only with yesterday's version of me. Rule 6. My voice has value. My story matters. Rule 7. Fluency is my right, not a luxury. Say these in front of the mirror. Whisper them before sleep. Repeat them until your brain believes them. When you stop chasing perfection and start practicing freedom, everything changes. Fear weakens. Words flow. You stop translating. You start living in English. You're no longer just a learner. You're a speaker.
Part 6. Don't let fluency die inside you. Let me tell you something painful but real. Most people never become fluent. Not because they're not smart. Not because they don't try. But because they stop, they pause. They wait. Life gets busy. Their habit breaks. Their voice fades. And slowly, the fluency they could have built dies inside them. But that won't be you. Because now you know, fluency comes from consistency, not motivation. Fluency doesn't come from one big moment. It comes from what you do when nobody's watching. Those 10 minutes before bed. That morning in the mirror. That walk where you describe what you see. Those small moments build your voice. The real formula for lifelong fluency 1. Speak every day. Even 5 minutes is enough. Speak with emotion. Feel the words 3. Use your life as your teacher. Talk about your day, your feelings, your thoughts. 4. Repeat your identity daily. I am an English speaker. Don't break the chain. Build consistency like a wall. Brick by brick, create a simple tracker. Every day you speak, mark a check. Day 1. Day 2. Day 7. Day 30. Day 100. Every mark is proof. Every mark is power. Every mark is fluency. What happens if you stop? If you stop speaking, you don't just pause. You start losing. Your confidence fades. Your mouth stiffens. Your identity becomes quiet again. That's why this is not a one-time plan. It's a lifestyle. You don't speak English only when needed. You speak because you're a speaker. That's who you are. The 3 laws of speaking law. If you don't speak, you shrink. Every day you avoid speaking, your confidence doesn't pause, it shrinks. Law 2. If you don't use it, you lose it. English is not a subject to memorize. It's a skill to protect through daily use. Law 3. You're either building fluency or building fear. There is no neutral. Every day you stay silent, fear grows. Every day you speak, your future becomes braver. The timeline of transformation, day 1. Awkward. But you did it, day 7. Your mouth moves faster, day 14. English enters your daily life, day 21. You start thinking in English, day 30. Speaking feels natural, sure. 60. You talk in your sleep in English. 90. You don't think about English. You think in English. 3 months of effort creates a lifetime of fluency. No one can speak for you. No teacher can give you fluency. No app can do the work. Only you can train your voice. Only you can build your fluency. Only you can create the speaker you want to become. Most learners will watch this video and say, "I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow never comes. They stay silent. They stay trapped. They watch others succeed and ask, "Why not me?" But you watched until the end. You listened with your heart. You're different. You're ready. Every night before sleep, say this: my voice matters. I speak to become who I am. I speak because I refuse to die with my voice still inside me. I don't need permission. I need practice. I will speak. Remember this: English fluency is not perfection. It's persistence. You don't need to speak like a native. You don't need a perfect accent. You just need to speak, show up, train, repeat, believe. Your mouth is not just for eating or smiling. It is your freedom, and now it's time to use it. If this video touched your heart, if it gave you hope, if it showed you a path, then don't keep it to yourself. Speak 1 line today. Tell us in the comments what changed for you. Begin your 90-day challenge now. Don't just watch. Act, subscribe if you want to build your fluency with purpose and power. This channel exists for your voice. This is not just a video. This is a movement. We're not here to impress you. We're here to wake you up. We're here to help you become the speaker the world needs. Thank you for listening. But most of all, thank yourself for choosing to speak, to grow, to become fluent. Now go. Speak, and never be silent again. Your fluency begins right now. Not tomorrow, not someday. Today your voice begins. Remember, English fluency is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Every sentence matters. Every whisper is progress. Every mistake is growth. You are stronger than fear. You are ready for fluency. So what will you do today? Will you stay quiet or will you start speaking? The choice is yours. The power is yours. The voice is yours. Speak now. Begin now. Because your mouth is the gateway to your freedom. Final question. What part of today's training hit you hardest? Share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your story. If you're ready to build your voice step by step, subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who needs hope. Your courage could unlock another learner's future. Say it with me one last time. I am an English speaker. I don't wait. I practice. I grow. I speak. Carry these words into your day. Carry them into your week. Carry them until they become your identity. That's how fluency becomes life. We believe in your voice. Keep speaking. Keep growing. And never let silence win again. Your journey has begun.